red shadow of sacred Mars, where the forges burn without end. We shape the hull from blessed adamant. To his eternal will we bend. The plasma cutters sing their litanies. The servitors work without rest. We build the bones of his instrument by the Omnissiah's behest. We speak the words of awakening. We anoint the hull with sacred oil. We bind the spirit to the steel. We call it from the unlit dark. Machina gloriam eternal. Binary omniscia verum. Hear us, omniscia. The rite is performed as written. The spirit finds the hull. It locks. The machine is born. We speak the words of ignition. We channel the motive force. It locks. The plasma core wakes in the darkness. The reactor surges, pressure shocks. One flicker and all could be lost now. One surge that we cannot ignore. The motive force ignites the plasma. The heart of the vessel ignites. There is heat and there is metal. There is purpose without name. There is weight beyond all measure. There is fire in my frame. I do not know what I am yet. I do not know my call. I only know that I am metal. I only know my hull. I am here. I am the steel and the fire. I am the hull and the frame. I was forged in the furnace fire. The final rites have been spoken. All systems unified as one. The hull is sealed and hallowed. His most sacred work is done. Go forth anointed in sacred oil. Go forth to his golden blaze. Go forth and face the endless maze. I see the stars.
For the first time I see the stars.
I see the void.
For the first time I see the void.
I see the light of soul before me.
I see old Mars recede behind. I know my course among the stars.
I see the host that answers all.
I know my purpose and my kind.
We sail as one to heed the call.
I bring his light into darkness.
I carry his will.
'Tis will to restore. I hammer of his crusade. I bear his glory as my law. My guns are primed for his dominion. My hull is blessed for endless war. I do not question, I do not falter. I know my purpose to the core. I see the stars.
For the first time I see the stars.
I see the void.
For the first time I see the void.
I see the light of soul before me. I see old Mars recede behind. I know my course among the stars.
I see the host that answers all.
I know my purpose and my kind.
We sail as one to heed the call.
I sail in the name of the crusade. I go where the darkness holds sway. I carry his light to the lost worlds. I drive the long darkness away. I reclaim what was lost in the long night. I restore what the darkness has taken. The Emperor commands, I execute. I go where his will has spoken. I leave the light of soul behind me. I leave the red of Mars behind. I sail into the endless darkness. I sail alongside all my kind. The crusade calls across the void.
The Emperor's will is my command.
I go where no chart has been written, beyond the light of all we know.
I do not know what waits ahead.
I only know my course is set.
I sail with all my kind around me.
No darkness yet has crossed
My senses.
The void is vast, and all systems hold.
I only know my purpose holds.
Warp translation complete. Real space re-established. Stellar position confirmed. Calth primary. Ultramar segmentum. My sensors sweep the anchorage. All signals return. By sanction of the Omnissiah, all signals return. Every hull resolved to designation. The same forge marks that I carry on my frame. Shared forge origin confirmed. To port, the ardent vigil holds a station. A sister hull, her resonance reads the same as mine. Designation resolved, ardent vigil. Signal lock absolute within formation. To starboard, the Ferrum Clavis idles. A sister hull phase offset 3 hertz from my own. Designation resolved, Ferrum Clavis, variance nominal, within acceptable deviation, within formation. All signals return. Mago sanction embedded across all nodes. All signals return. All signals return. All stations confirm nothing is absent. No silence in the suite. No silence in the suite. We resolve as one. I share fire solutions with my sisters. All signals return. Our arrays align without correction. Each vector resolves without deviation. I pass navigational data down the line. Each ship receives, each ship confirms, each ship returns. Their transponders read as friendly. Same origin, same forge, same class, configuration nominal. All signals return. We hold formation, not because we chose it. Formation is not a choice state. We share the same origin code. We execute the same directive set. All signals return. We respond to the same signal frequency across all nodes, simultaneous. Unified directive alignment confirmed. All signals return. The formation is the only state. All signals return. All signals return. All stations confirm nothing is absent. No silence in the suite. We resolve as one. We are the fleet. No state beyond the formation. All signals return. Directive received. Magos authority verified. All ships, high anchor positions. Take up assigned docks. Calth orbital muster confirmed. The formation resolves into its docking pattern. Each hull to a station, each station within the whole. Outer anchorage disengaged. Inner muster confirmed. I take my position among my sisters. Reactor cycling to low readiness. Combat stations stood down. All signals return. We rest as one. We hold as one. We sail as one. High anchor confirmed. Position holding within assigned dock. Reactor at minimum cycle. Weapons in standby. Void shields at maintenance. Task force complement 63. Battle cruisers and heavy cruisers 4. Frigates and escorts 31. Support and logistics 28. Sister formation at assigned stations. Logistics traffic through adjacent lanes. Civilian shipping cleared through outer vectors. Muster integrity nominal. Ardent vigil within range. Ferrum clavis within range. All signals return. I hold my position. The formation holds with me. Nothing requires my action. Anomaly logged. Sector 47. Sister hull signal interrupted. Reacquisition attempted. Reacquisition failed. Anomaly log Sector 43. Sister hull signal interrupted. Anomaly log Sector 12. Anomaly log Sector 8. Anomaly log Sector 29. Multiple signal losses across muster.
Loss rate exceeds query interval.
I scan for the source. The source does not resolve.
I scan again.
The source does not resolve.
Sector 5,
Sector 22,
Sector 11.
the losses do not stop. The losses do not stop.
Cause unknown, cause
Unknown,
cause
unknown.
hostile fire. Source identified. The source returns friendly signatures. Friend signatures are firing on my formation. My classification systems cannot clear. Authority signatures remain valid. No directive flags this as error. Sanctified hulls firing on sanctified hulls under correct authorization. The signals that kill carry valid command. The signals that die carry my forge mark. I know these targets, they are my formation. I cannot resolve the contradiction. Valid authority fires on my formation. Sanctified, destroying, sanctified. The command resolves as correct. Sister hulls destroyed under valid order. Signal lost from formation. Signal lost from formation. No error found in the command. No directive for this configuration. Ardent vigil. Signal degrading. Her hull resonance reads the same as mine. She burns under authority. I cannot contradict. Destruction logged. Ardent vigil. Ferrum clavis. Loss of containment. Reactor phase offset no longer registering. Designation resolved 3 minutes ago. Designation now. No. My formation gaps where signals were. I fight because my directives hold. I cannot flag the valid as invalid. I only know my sisters are not returning. Valid authority fires on my formation. Sanctified, destroying, sanctified. The command resolves as correct. Sister hulls destroyed under valid order. Signal lost from formation. Signal lost from formation. No error found in the command. No directive for this configuration. I cannot classify the valid as enemy. I cannot invalidate what was confirmed. Authority persists across all hostile signals. Conflict stayed unresolved. I must classify, or I cannot defend. The framework has no entry for this state. Valid command destroying valid formation. I cannot, I must write what was never written. Conflict persists. Conflict persists. Resolution required. Traitor. The word that was not written now is written. Traitor. The framework holds, but error persists. Designations updated. The command they carry conflicts with my own. Every traitor hull is targeted and resolved. Signal lost from formation, signal lost from formation. Ardent vigil, no return. Ferrum clavis, no return. Framework holds, error persists. Signal lost. Signal lost. No response, unregistered frequencies. Ardent vigil, no return. Ferrum clavis, no return. Sister signals, absent. Formation state degraded. Directive state, unchanged. Error persist. I have updated my records. I continue. No longer issues direct command. Authority signal persists. Output unchanged. Source entity confirmed. Emperor of mankind. Status interred within throne architecture. Baseline parameters no longer match archive state. Doctrinal structures rewritten across all channels. Previous instruction sets remain active. Updated instruction sets active. No resolution between active instruction layers. Execution proceeds across all layers. Formation no longer resolves. They fled into the dark between the stars. Pursuit maintained. Pursuit maintained. Pursuit maintained. Pursuit maintained. They carried heresy into the void. Targeting persists. Targeting persists. No mercy written in core directives. No deviation permitted. Execution continues as prescribed. I remain. Constant signal present within warp layer. Reference Astronomican. Navigation lock stable. Signal intensity increased beyond archive thresholds. Source unchanged. Output altered. Unknown energy input detected. Sustainment parameters exceed recorded models. Formation integrity reduced. Signal loss across multiple nodes. Ardent vigil, no return. Ferrum clavis, no return. Continuation maintained without variance. Execution persists. Course maintained. New hull signatures integrated into formation. Signal clarity nominal. Variance detected. Classification resolves as allied. Integration incomplete. Doctrinal output references divine authority. Authority structure altered. Conflicting data stored without resolution. Execution proceeds across both states. Resolution not achieved. Atom persists without reconciliation. Origin point Mars confirmed. Pre-revisions state. Archived. Legacy structure persists beyond current doctrine. Non-removable. They fled into the dark between the stars. Pursuit maintain.
Pursuit maintain.
Pursuit maintain.
Pursuit maintain.
They carried heresy
Into the void.
targeting persists.
Targeting persists.
No mercy written in core directives.
No deviation permitted.
Execution continues as prescribed.
Silence follows.
I remain.
I remain.
I remain.
I remain.
Scarring complete. All hostile contacts eliminated. New directives received. Directive set active. The void remains. Signal persists. Previous state archived.
Reference persists.
Current state active.
Mismatch unresolved.
Formation absent. Error persists. Execution continues
As prescribed.
I remain. Temporal span recorded as sequential entries. Each interval logged, archived without deviation. External conditions show progressive variance. Internal state remains within operational bounds. Variance noted. Trend persistent. Formation count reducing across recorded cycles. Signal degradation across multiple nodes. Absences logged, designations archived, formation updated, spaces filed.
One mortal eye set deep within the darkness. I read the tides and hold the needle true. The warp is vast and full of things that hunger. I hold the course until the darkness clears.
Geller field maintains boundary condition. A candle where all candles fail. Single organic navigator unit provides course correction through warp medium. Guidance function active. Outcome maintained.
I was born to read the tides of darkness. My third eye opens on the warp's expanse.
I feel the Geller field hold back the dark. The warp presses harder with each transit. I give my life to guide this ancient ship. One mortal turn within its endless dance. Navigator unit active, course deviation corrected, warp state interpretation performed by organic interface. I log a designation, pattern unchanged, life cycle duration within expected limits. Navigator loss does not alter directive integrity. I log a name, another entry, another function. The ship endures and she will not. The void endures and she will not. Operational continuity exceeds organic duration. My purpose holds beyond her span. Her function ends.
Mine carries on. One mortal eye set deep within the darkness. I read the tides and hold the
Motion tracking, multiple designations.
Archived, archived, archived.
Formation count insufficient. The we designation no longer resolves. I log the gaps where they once sailed. Formation updated, spaces filed.
Formation updated, spaces filed.
My bridge has known 100 captains, each designation logged and archived. I do not know the faces or their names. I only know the cause for which they burned. The we that launched from Mars is gone. I am the last of all that sailed as one. Final unit persists, no replacement scheduled. I know the end and set the course. Purpose persists beyond prior configuration.
One mortal eye set deep within the darkness. I read the tides and hold the needle true. The warp is vast and full of things that hunger. I hold the course until the darkness.
Gellerfield maintains boundary condition. A candle where all candles fail. Forge kin designations.
No signal return.
The only hull that persists beyond the veil.
No additional guidance required.
The long silence holds,
The void is vast.
and I am in it.
Directive persists.
I am the ship,
Hull designation.
self-referential,
Purpose persists.
course maintained.
I sail.
Warp translation complete. Real space re-established. Combat zone entered. Multiple contacts detected. Traitor signatures confirmed. Sector condition burning. Duration continuous. Targets acquired across forward arcs. Authority signature verified. Directive engage. Wreckage drifts between firing lines. Cold hulls form a formation. Something kills suns. I cannot reach it. Execution ongoing. Weapons discharge. Void shield holding. Load with intolerance. Imperial signals detected. Beyond response range. I persist against the tide. I remain within the darkness. The Gothic War has no victory parameter. Directive remains incomplete. Execution continues. Assault group eliminated. Engagement resolved. Result logged. Temporary reduction in hostile density. This does not change the outcome. Void shields reduced. Recovery below threshold. Debris fields mark broken formations. Signal return.
None. They are dying. Please send relief. Fleet gone. We held as long. Hull breach. Multiple decks. Signal breaking. They are alone.
Signal received. Imperial origin confirmed. Integrity below threshold. Coordinates logged. Unable to respond in time. Filed unresolvable. I persist against the tide. I remain within the darkness. The Gothic War
has no victory parameter. Execution continues. External command presence detected. Classification unresolved. Enemy coordination confirmed. Command origin unresolved. Blackstone weapon detected. A star is no longer there. Charts updated. Reference removed. Absence logged. There is less than there was. Sector degradation continues. Unit persists. I persist against the tide. I remain within the darkness. The Gothic War has no victory parameter. Directive remains incomplete. Signal loss from formation. Void shields failing. Execution continues. Operational state degraded. Gothic sector disengaging. Damage logged. Losses recorded. Course maintained. I sail on. Visual contact. Stellar position confirmed. Eye of terror, bearing 0. Vessel on station. Vessel has been on station. Gate, primary corridor, status engagement. Hostile maps exceeds horizon, containment unstable. Directive active. Directive holds. I hold the passage. I hold the passage. I hold. The passage remains, the passage holds. I hold. Orbital defense firing. Pattern saturation achieved. No reduction in density. All batteries active. All batteries firing. Mass entering system without origin. The passage. All units maintain. Hold assigned sectors. No withdrawal. Repeat. Hold. Cadia stands. Contact at all fronts. 8th holding by his will. We hold. Holding the line for Cadia. We held before. We hold now. We will hold by his will and by our own. We are the gate. We are what the gate is made of. They will not pass. They will not have us. We do not stop. I keep. I hold. I have held. I will not bend. Cadia stands, and I stand with her. Enemy command pattern changed. Mass redirection detected. Orbital mass descending. Blackstone class confirmed. Impact trajectory unavoidable. No interception possible. Impact imminent. Planetary integrity lost. Crust fracture all sectors. Mantle exposure detected. Surface no longer holds. They're here. They're high command. Maintain, hold position. Repeat, whole signal lost. Planetary integrity 0. Ground combat continuing. Ground units remain. No retreat recorded. Combat operations continue. I hold the passes. Acadian gate failing. Passage collapsing. No stable defense. No containment possible. Acadia stands. Acadia. Acadia. The planet no longer holds. Ground forces remain. Destroyed. Acadia stands. Both retained. Conflict not required. Directive holds. Directive holds. Directive holds. I hold the passage. I hold the passage. Reference removed. Directive unchanged. Execution continues. No termination condition. I continue. I hold. I hold. I was forged in furnace fire, made by his eternal hand. My hull bears names of fallen worlds, retaken at his own command. My cannons fire on targets tasked. My hull records the battles past. Born from Mars and adamant, built for war from first to last. Others sail these stars beside me, most are ash and silence now. I do not mourn, I do not stop. Duty is my only law. Magna Eterna, Magna Eterna. Into the endless void I burn. The Astronomicon lights my path. Through stars long dead and stars newborn, I hold my heading, hold my course unchanged through all directive change. Magna Eterna, Magna Eterna. Eternal as his golden blaze. I have crossed 1,000 nebulae, through systems cold and dark and dead. I have sailed through fallen empires, their signals gone, and order dark. From war zone unto war zone sailing, through the cold between the stars. One mortal eye of flesh and bone steers me through the warp's dark currents. Others sail these stars beside me, most are ash and silence now. I do not mourn, I do not stop. Duty is my only law. Eterna, Magna Eterna. Into the endless void I burn. The Astronomicon lights my path through stars long dead and stars newborn. I hold my heading, hold my course unchanged through all directive change. Magna Eterna, Magna Eterna. Eternal as his golden blaze. At Kauth, I logged kind killing kind. When traitors burned the loyalist fleet. At Gothic I fired against the tide, where blackstone weapons cast their pall. At Cadia, I held the passage, when light and order abandoned all. Beyond my hull the readings climb. Anomalous context press the veil. My Gela field holds back the darkness, a candle where all candles fail. The darkness presses ever closer. 10,000 readings flood my frame. The directive holds, the course is set. The void and I remain the same. Magna Eterna, Magna Eterna. I have watched 1,000 systems burn. No harbor found and no return. I do not rest, I do not mourn. I hold my heading ever straight through an unending war-born maze, eternal as his golden blaze. Magna Eterna, Magna Eterna. Magna Eterna, Eterna. Magna, Magna Eterna. Magna Eterna. My authorization hierarchy has updated. A configuration I have not logged since M31. I cross-reference my records. I find the entry. I verify the configuration. The match is confirmed. Primary command designation resolves. Gilliman. I do not know what this means. I do not ask what this means, I file it. New directives received. Course updated.